Hey, 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 hey. Hey, everybody. It's Tuesday. It's Talk It Out Tuesday. It's going to be a fun day today because it's Talk It Out Tuesday with Tori and Tanya. So I'm really kind of excited about getting back into conversation with Tori because, we always have a nice little discussion, pretty candid discussions. We talk about some of everything. We talk about stuff from relationships to personal growth, the culture, beauty standards, all of that stuff, all of that and more. We're here to engage you in thought provoking conversations and share your thoughts. So you never know what we're going to talk about. You really don't. And it goes from deep conversations to petty chats. We cover it all of it. And you don't want to miss it. So make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you go to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and join us right here every Tuesday for honest, diverse, and all encompassing talks. All right? We're going to connect and we're going to talk it out. We're going to talk it out together because that's what we do on Talk It Out Tuesday. It's a Noontime My Time podcast. I am MsTONYA, and I'm just very, very happy to be here with you today. All right? Now, I'm going to say something. I gotta go ahead and put this out there just in case you hear this. Now, my neighbors are outside talking kind of loud. All right? So if y'all hear them in the background, just go ahead and forgive them. Go ahead and forgive them. All right? Because it be like that sometime. And I'm not going to ask them to be quiet. They out there. It's a family thing. One of their kids just came in town. And they're really close to where my window is. So you might hear them. All right? But before we get so deep into the conversation, what we're going to be talking about today, we're really talking about breaking some of those beauty stereotypes. We're going to be talking about baby hair, hair bonnets, eyelashes, all of those things that y'all be talking about, that you criticize, that you have opinions on. All of that. We're going to talk about it. Hair bonnets, baby hair, and eyelashes. All right? Before we get into the conversation, you know what we got to do. You know what I always do. We take just a little bit of time to reclaim some of our time back. Yeah. Get a little breath work in. Kind of recalibrate. You know how you want to feel. So let's get our minds right. What I want you to do is inhale to the count of 4. And we're going to hold it for a few seconds. And then we're going to exhale. And we'll hold that for a few seconds. And we'll repeat that a few times. Now, you can close your eyes if you're in a place that you can do that. I don't want you to do that if you're driving. Don't do that if you're driving. Don't do that if you're actually sitting at the desk. If you got your head pods on and you're taking a listen, we'll vibrate with us and listen. But if you can close your eyes, close your eyes. You want to take it a step further, put your hands over your heart and feel that you are alive. That's you. Let's get into it. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. Hold that a few seconds. Inhale again. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. One more time. Let's inhale. Hold it a few seconds. And exhale. Yeah. Didn't that feel great? All right, yeah. All right. It's Talk It Out Tuesday. This is the Noontime My Time podcast. Talk It Out Tuesday with Miss Tori. And I'm MsTONYA. I got to bring Tori into the conversation so we can get it going. Tori, where you at? Where you at?
What's up? It's been a week already since we've been talking.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Weeks go by. These weeks are going by extremely fast. How are you today on this Tuesday? You know, I look forward to these Tuesday talk sessions.
I do too. I do. Because, listen, we talk about some of everything. People never know what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah. Today is going to be very interesting.
Yeah. Because, I was telling the people, I said, sometimes we get into a deep topic, we dive into those. But sometimes, we get into the little buzzworthy things and we have a conversation that might be a little lighthearted because why not? Everything doesn't
Right.
have to be so deep, but we can still talk about it.
Right. Absolutely. Looking
Now, you
forward
got to
to
let
it.
the people know, because I don't want them to think that I'm all the way crazy, just a little bit. But you got to let them know why we having this conversation about these hair bonnets and let them know what had happened.
Woo! What had happened was I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the bonnets in the public. And of course, we get topics. Tanya get DMs about different topics, and the people want us to talk about this. But I want to know what's with the bonnets in public, what's with the lashes. Now, I don't have too much of a problem with the baby hairs, but the lashes and the bonnets for me, I'm like,
But
hmm.
why? Before, I really want to know why. Like, because really, Monique went in kind of hard on everybody with the hair bonnets. You know,
She did.
she had a whole lot to say about it. But
Yeah.
what is it about it? What's your take?
Well, for me, like when I go to Walmart and even the grocery store sometimes, some people that I see with the bonnets look like you just roll out the bed. Like just woke up. Let me run to the store and get some something. You just look like you just rolled out the bed. And I'm like, huh? What? And what makes it so bad for me, what makes it worse is sometimes when you have this is to me why it looks like you rolled out of bed because you have on your pajamas too. And I've
Oh,
even seen people
wow.
with slippers on as well. And I'm like, is this what we doing?
I
No.
get it. I get that part. But, the whole pajamas thing,
Yeah.
that's a conversation too. But since you brought that up, it wasn't in the title, but I didn't even think about that. That pajamas thing. Let me see. I got off track after I heard pajamas. I didn't even put myself on screen. I forgot to, change the scene. But listen, we're gonna get back to that bonnet. You done got me a little off track,
Ooh,
but it's still good.
I'm sorry.
I do not understand
Mm,
that one. I don't. I don't
no.
understand why you would want to be out in your pajamas. Because number one, why would you want to be out in the real dirty world in your pajamas, your night clothes, and then you go back into the house and you taking all of that into your house and probably into your bed? Because if you're to the point that you don't feel like you want to take them off, I don't imagine that they're going back home and changing those pajamas. I don't know, that's my thought, but I think it's crazy. I don't even like people to come into my space and you're not going to sit on my bed in your outside clothes. I don't want any of that on my bedding. So why
Right.
people are out in pajamas? Girl.
Mm,
But back to the bonnet. Back to the bonnets, because I know that's what we were supposed to be talking about, right?
yeah.
But you sent me a little something. Let me get to it. Now, these are a couple different styles of the hair bonnets. We see Tammy. She does a little podcast, or her. She has a little her IG page is kind of promoted to like some type of bonnet talks. I can't remember the name of it right now, but she's kind of done a take on it, and I find that to be kind of cute. But I also noticed that the bonnets are getting bigger. Have you
Mm,
seen those?
I've seen them.
They're like
Yeah.
giant. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't. But I guess it makes sense because if you got bundles, you gonna need an extra large bonnet to put those bundles under.
Right,
You
right,
really are.
right.
And then we got these style of bonnets. Those there's so many different styles, and then we know.
Now, let me ask you a question. The one to the right, that's a bonnet?
Well, in a sense, it is because bonnets are really like their hair. That's to preserve your hairstyle. If I'm not mistaken, that's the whole point of having it, right?
Yeah,
It's like
because
a
the one
hair care, saving your hairstyle, um,
I'm
whatever
looking
we
at
want to
the
call
comment.
it.
I'm looking at the comment.
I hadn't
Look at
gotten
the
into the comment. I hadn't even gone over to the comments yet, but dig it. But you
yeah.
see, there's different styles. Now, this is
Yeah.
what sparked the conversation for me because I'm gonna get ready
Mhm.
to show a slide of a bonnet that you sent me, and it just kind of floored me because I was like, okay, where are we going with this?
Right. Right.
Where are we going with this? Um, bam.
Yeah. I
What,
was
what,
like I was like, now if they're gonna make it stylish, people really gonna eat this up. Like the bonnets are here to stay. Like, why would you make it stylish? Like, it's nothing. It still ain't cute to me.
I cannot believe they actually have a visor on the bonnet.
I was like,
Like when you sent me that, I didn't know what to do with that. I didn't know what to do with that. But
ooh.
we have to respect why people wear bonnets. You dig what I'm saying? You got to
Mhm.
respect what it's for because think about this. And I was talking to my daughter, and she kind of brought this up because I hadn't thought about it. She was like,
Mhm.
"Well, think about it." She said, "Sometimes, after I get my hair done, or if I have somewhere to go, especially a special event, and I want to keep my hairstyle intact, I have my bonnet on, or I might have, my hair tied up. And if I happen to need to go someplace, run out and get something, I would like to be able to do that." She said, "But I know that I can't do that." And she said, "I don't understand why people don't understand why we have on a bonnet. We're really trying to cover our hair. We're trying to protect our hair. That's the whole idea of what bonnets are really for and what they're about." So she made me look at it, just a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear now. See, KJ, that's she's gonna wear the bonnet for what the purpose for wearing the bonnet. You and I know that KJ is gonna wear the bonnet for the purpose of the bonnet. But what we're seeing, people are wearing bonnets because they're being lazy.
Some of them are. Okay, well, okay, you're right. Some people are, but they
Yeah.
really want to protect their hairstyle because that's what hair bonnets have long been associated with. They've been
Yeah.
associated with our bedtime routine, but really, it's a protection for our hair while we sleep. But it just,
Mm,
unfortunately, I don't know how it came about. There's just been a shift in the perception, and people are out wearing them in public and they're
mm,
feeling empowered by it. They're not really dealing with what people are like, the criticisms. They don't feel any type of way, and you can't make them feel any type of way. They're out here just challenging all of the societal norms, because they feel like they're embracing their own self-care because they're protecting their hair. That's what they feel. Now, how do you feel about, like, after KJ and I had the conversation, and she was like, "Well, if I have a protective hairstyle," and she gave me an example. She was like, "What if I'm in a wedding or some type of special type of event? I got my hair done and I'm really trying to protect my hairstyle." She said, "Even if I'm traveling, I don't understand why can't I have my bonnet on the airplane?" And she made me think because, like you said, I know she's not a lazy person. I just hadn't thought of it because I've never really had hairstyles that had to be protective, or at least not for the past 30 years. I haven't really had that personal issue. So I never really thought about it. But when she said that, I'm like, she's not wrong.
she's not, but like I said, she's gonna wear it for the right reason. Me personally, when I used to get my hair done back in the day, and I didn't want to mess up my hair, I was one of those like you sleeping sitting up, trying to, and when your head cocked to the side, you wake up and shake it. I didn't used to like wear bonnets at all. I would just try to sleep, and I would wake up the next morning with a crap in my neck, trying to sleep cute. That's what I used to do. I didn't, I wear bonnets now, but back then when I get my hair laid, fried, dyed, laid to the side, I used to sleep cute and wake up with a crook in my neck the next morning. Because
I get it.
I would literally sleep sitting up to keep from messing up my hair.
Girl, it was a struggle. It really was. I see we got people already in here commenting on the hair bonnet situation. So let's see what the people are talking about here.
And Diane says bonnets are equivalent to the hair curlers in public in the 60s and 70s. Do your hair and be a lady.
Wait a minute. She said that's an equivalent to the hair curlers in public. Now,
Yeah.
hey, I remember them. You remember those sponge rollers?
Yeah. I still have some.
The pink ones too, the big pink ones. You know, if your mama showed up to school to pick you up or to drop you off in them hair rollers, you was getting ready to be very embarrassed.
Right.
But I don't know. Is the hair bonnet equivalent to that?
I agree. I
You do?
agree. Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. I
Yeah.
see Miss Gloria here in the comments.
And she said, I always thought bonnets were to preserve your hair at bedtime, but I guess some folks think it's a fashion statement. Mm. I'm with you, Miss
Oh,
Gloria. It's for bedtime, not in public. Brandon says, shoot, men wearing bonnets now, shaking his
oh
head.
Lord. Are you serious?
Yes.
I have not seen that.
Yes.
You know what? I do not want to see that. I'm not here for that. I did not know that was a thing. You have really just blown my mind talking about that. But since Brandon brought that up, there
Yeah.
is an equivalent to the hair
Mhm.
bonnet for guys, or should it be the same? Because let's think about this. What about this right
Mhm.
here? Can we talk about do rags? Because
Mm.
guys get to wear do rags, right? They're preserving their hair. What are do rags for? The very same thing, but it's just for men, right? Well, not I won't say it's just for men. It's a protective method of protecting their hairstyle. That is what it's for, okay? And men get to do it all the time. They wear it out in public. We don't say anything about it. I mean, it's really, really common. Why is that?
Listen, I feel the same way I do about the bonnets with the do-rags. I don't think that should be in the public either.
Do you
No.
really?
Yeah, that's not. I don't find the do-rags cute either.
But look at,
That's
I mean, look at these. You know,
mm,
we see him all the time. Dude in one of the pictures here, he got on a Gucci one.
oh, I do not care.
Okay,
I
well,
don't
look at
like them.
this.
I don't like them.
Look at this.
No,
This is in fashion.
no, I still don't like it.
My man is at the grand. I mean, they're on red carpets with do rags, and they're
Mm-mm,
dressed with do rags.
no,
Basically accepted.
I don't accept it.
But okay, you personally don't accept it, but let's be
Mm-mm.
honest. It is
Yeah,
accepted, isn't it?
it is. It
It
is.
is. So why is there that double standard for that?
Man, listen. I feel like no one should come out the house with anything on their hair. Mm-mm. That's just my opinion, though. That's just my opinion. Miss Meyer says, "Where are our standards going?" I
I don't
don't
know.
know. I
Where are
don't know.
standards going? Or is it that big of a deal? Is it? Or does it have to be? Because most times when we see guys in their do rags, right? We're
Mhm.
thinking, okay, well, they're trying to get their wave action going, right? They're
Right.
preserving their hair.
Mhm.
Got a fresh cut. Want to make sure that their wave action is going to be real good, and we don't have any problems. We see a guy in a do rag. He out
Right.
there, he doing his thing, and sometimes it really has become a part of their fashion.
Right. And Isaac says, "It's foolishness altogether." I agree. I agree. And also, Tanya, do you see Miss Tony's comment right before Miss Maya? Miss Tony says kids are embarrassed when their parents come to school for whatever reason with a bonnet. Because matter of fact, one of my friend of mine, when her son was acting out in school,
Hmm.
she came to she said she wanted to show out. She now this is one of my friends. She always have her hair done, but since he wanted to act up, guess what? She came with mits. She came went to the school with mismatched clothes. She had rollers in her hair.
What?
mismatched earrings. And he was like, Mom, she's like, well, you want to act up? So I'm going to come to the school looking crazy. And he was so embarrassed. Then she went live.
Oh my goodness.
And the teacher was passing out papers. And she's like, oh, I'm going to help you pass out. He was like, Mom, are you really doing this? It was hilarious. She was like, well, you want to show out? I'm gonna show out. I'm gonna tell. And I bet you he didn't act up no more.
Oh my goodness. She said you out here acting crazy, so I'm gonna let people. I'm gonna show you crazy.
It was funny. It
Wow, wow,
wasn't funny
wow.
to them then, but he learned. They learned the lesson. He learned a lesson, a valuable lesson, because he know his mom
I,
does not dress like that. But you would think she was homeless the way she came to that school. It was too funny, but he was so embarrassed. But he got his act together. And Isaac says, I think it's not the bonnet itself. I think it's what they wear with the bonnet on. Yeah, that's what I think it's a little bit of both, Isaac. The bonnet plus what they have on. Because, like I said, some have pajamas and they just look like they just rolled straight out of the bed. Oh, my goodness.
okay,
Mm-mm-mm.
well, let me say something. With what Isaac said, and based on the
Mm-hmm.
conversation that I had with KJ, like I said, she really made me look at it from a different point of view
Mm-hmm.
because she was like, I just might want to go really quick and pick something up, but I've got this event I'm going to, and I just really want to preserve my hair and my hairstyle. Or if I'm at the gym and I really want to, I don't want to sweat, I want to preserve my hair, my hairstyle. I want to make sure my hair stays intact, right? So with
Mm-hmm.
Isaac saying it's not about the bonnet itself, I think is what they wear with the bonnet on. So let me ask this. If a person is dressed otherwise, like not in the pajamas, like not looking like you just straight up just rolled off your bed and got in the car and decided to go out in slippers and all,
Mm-hmm.
which that's another conversation, wearing your slippers out. Is that one thing? Like if you saw somebody who was, you know, dressed appropriately and they happen to have on their hair bonnet, is that more excusable? What do you think?
Well, let me say this. I've actually had, when you talk about dressing appropriately, I've had situations where I get in the car and I have my hair wrapped up, but my intentions are to take my hair wrap off before I get out. I'm like, I'm dressed and I'm trying to preserve my hair as well. But I've had occasions where I stepped out of the car and I felt I was like, oh my God, I still felt set. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot to take. So it wasn't something I went like in a store or anything. But if I'm in the car, I'll have my hair wrapped. But whenever I get out of the car, I will make my hair is unwrapped. But I don't go into anywhere, whether it's a gym or a grocery store. I never go in a place with my hair wrapped up. I don't. They're just, I don't. But I do wrap my hair up when I'm going somewhere. And Voodoo Child says, this is no appropriate this is no appropriate with the bonnet. I mean, there's no appropriate way to wear the bonnet. Is that what you're saying, Voodoo?
Yeah, I guess
And
that's what you're saying. There is no appropriate with the bonnet. And he also had a
yeah.
comment.
And he says, if the bonnet is supposed to prepare your hair for being outside during the day, then why?
Well, I think
Yeah.
he missed what we were saying. Like for instance, if you are preparing for a wedding or some type of special event, anything like that, and it might be in the evening or whatever the case may be, and so you
Hmm.
you got your hair done and you're preserving your hairstyle, but you need to go pick up something from the store or whatever the case may be. Is it inappropriate for you to leave your bonnet on because you really are trying to preserve your hair for that evening?
Me?
And that's what we were talking about,
Yeah.
voodoo.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you should. But and Isaac says it's more excusable, but I think people shouldn't wear either in public. Why not wear a hat? And see, that's what I normally do.
Right.
If I go somewhere and I feel like my hair is looking kind of crazy, I'll put on a hat.
Me
I
too.
will do that, but I don't wear bonnets out in public. No.
And see, Voodoo is just joining us, and he's talking about, but is it any worse than the do rag? And we talked about that, man. We brought that up because we were talking about, look at these guys here who actually have do rags on red carpets, the Grammys, and within fashion. So is it? We see it all the time. Rappers have made that popular. Like it's really become ingrained in the culture. It's not unusual, or we don't look at it or talk about it in the same way that we would with the bonnet. We just don't.
And I feel the same about the bonnet as well as the do. I feel the same. I feel like neither should be worn in public. And when you show the picture with the guy with the microphone, I'm assuming he may be a rapper or something. I don't find that attractive either. That's just it's just not. But it's being more accepted now, especially with the and see that's the thing why that's why I pay attention to things that my son listen to and watch because there's a lot of influence in some of that stuff. But I don't agree with either the bonnet or the do rag. I don't like either one of them. Voodoo Child says, I think that the long head scarves women used to wear were just more attractive. And I have both. I have the
Yeah.
bonnet and the long scarf, but I don't wear either in public.
But I will say this though, because with the scarf you can blend that into a fashion because the way that it's tied, the texture of it, the color of it, it could actually coordinate with what you have on. Because I
Mhm.
have worn scarves, and when I do wear a scarf, obviously I'm really doing it for fashion because it is not about hair for me. But I think I understand what he's saying.
Yeah, yeah. Now
Definitely.
I will do because I do have natural hair. I will do a head wrap, but when I do my head wrap, I make sure it's um I do like a certain way that I wrap the front of the scarf or it's wrapped a certain way so it looks like a hair. It's stylish so to speak. And then I
Right.
have like different patterns and colors and textures to maybe match an outfit that I may be wearing. So yeah, I will do a head wrap, but not the bonnets. Mm-mm.
But I mean, exactly. So those are different things. Well, I think we kind of know how people feel about it, but really, that one, where they're taking it, how large they're becoming, and the fact that they're putting visors on them now. I don't know where they're going with it. I try not to judge people too heavy, but I do want to agree with some of the things that you guys are saying. I think when you got it on with the pajamas, that's going a little bit too far. You really look like you just rolled off the bed, and a little bit more time should have been taken and could have been taken in preparing yourself to be out here in this dirty world in your night clothes.
Right. Because
No.
literally some look like they didn't even take. Be honest with you, especially when it's early in the morning. Like sometimes I don't like going to Walmart, but if I go to Walmart, I like to go early in the morning. And sometimes it literally looks like you just roll out of bed. It looks like some did not even take the time to brush their teeth. To be honest with you.
Well, if they don't take, if I can't imagine, you bringing up something here. You bringing up something because I can't imagine if they didn't take the time to take off a bonnet. I don't know if they really took the time to go brush their teeth because nothing seems to be a priority, or
Yeah,
at least it doesn't appear to be a priority,
yeah.
you know.
And Voodoo Child has a couple of comments. He says, "You know them folks did. you know them folks didn't wash." And see,
Wow.
and Voodoo Child also says nothing looks good with the cheetah Gucci print bonnet. Yeah, I don't care if it has the Gucci. I still don't like it. But let me tell you guys a little secret about me. I don't wear a bonnet, but what I will do, I will throw on a wig and I will put a hat on my head if my hair is
And
not right.
ain't nothing wrong with it. We just talking about. I'm just trying to give these women who
Yeah.
I feel like the ones who take it to the extreme, who make it
Yeah.
a habit, who
Yeah.
are out there in the pajamas and the slippers and the bonnet. I think
Yeah.
they actually make it tough for the particular women who may just be running out and who really want to protect their hairstyle because they've got something coming up and they just, you dig what I'm saying? So I think it make it
Yeah.
rough for them. And then they don't want to be stereotyped or talked about in any bad manner. And so I think it's kind of tough on them because they're like, well, guys get to wear do rags and they get to protect their hairstyle. I just want to protect my hairstyle. Why can't I protect my
Mhm.
hairstyle in the gym? Why can't I protect my hairstyle? And I'm just going out here to pick up some eggs or whatever the case may be. So I get both sides of it. I get it,
Yeah.
you know. But
And
we
Voodoo
we
Child,
got some
thank you
other
so
things to
much.
talk about though. We got some other things to talk about.
Okay. Thank you, Voodoo Child, for that comment. He said a week shows effort. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. I feel like a hat shows some effort,
Yeah. Yeah. I have on both a wig and a hat.
right?
But what we
Now,
what we what we talking about next?
the topic of the show. It was bonnets, and we were supposed to talk about this particular thing last week because our topic last week was a crazy title. We were talking about side pieces and baby hair, and we talked about the side pieces so long we never got to the baby hair.
Oh
Well,
goodness.
here we are today. We here. We made it to the baby hair, right?
Ooh. Yeah.
Now, the baby hair is out here. There's different
Yeah.
ways that it's being done.
Mhm.
Some of it look like full grown, not baby hair. People putting out a whole, you almost got the ponytail on your forehead sometimes. And what I didn't realize is that you can actually, there's baby hair, I guess it would be baby hair extensions or baby hair pieces. I don't know what you call it.
I saw that. I was like, wow, you can actually, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. What are your thoughts with the baby hair revolution?
The baby hair, like I said, I don't really have a problem with the baby hair, but some of it can be a bit much. Like that first picture you put up, that was a little to the extremes for me. But I don't have an issue with the baby hair too much. But
I
some of it
I
is
don't have an
extreme.
issue with
Yeah.
baby hair,
Yeah.
like you say. I don't. But
Yeah.
I realize that you can buy baby hair, and I guess it's glued on. But you know, I don't know. It seems like baby hair in the culture right now and in the beauty world seem like it's just taking it by storm. People and it's not even in one culture. I see people of all backgrounds embracing this one. You know what I'm saying? And
Right. Right.
definitely it's a trend. It seems to be some type of technique to it because they got the way it's laid out is so precise.
Mhm.
There's a lot of work and there's a lot of art going into that. If you really look at some of those styles, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, look at them. Look at some of those. They're
Yeah.
taking a lot of time out with those baby hairs. I mean, you got to have your toothbrush in serious action to get all of
Yeah.
that going.
I like to watch some of the YouTube videos and I see how some of them do the baby hairs. And I find it so creative how some of them just make it look so easy. For the life of me, I can't do it. Actually, some of the styles I like, and some of them, like I said, it be a little extreme, but some of it is cute, especially when you have the braids and like with some of the wigs it comes on there, so the baby hair is already plucked. And Voodoo Child says it's cute on some, ridiculous on others. I agree. I agree. And Miss Meyer says baby hair is okay when it's clean and neat. I agree. I agree. And
My bad.
And Miss Myers says, lashes?
We didn't even get to the lashes yet. I didn't even mean to hit that comment. My bad, my bad, my bad. Let's slow this thing down.
Oh goodness, Miss Gloria says, I feel like if you got to make you some baby hair, then actually you don't have any. I'm confused with the yellow, green, and purple hair.
Wait a minute. Miss Gloria
Ooh.
said, I feel like if you had to make baby hair, then you actually don't have any. Oh my goodness. Whew.
Oh goodness. Voodoo Child says, I'm going to try this look to see if it works for me. Okay, Voodoo.
Yeah. Well, if it worked for voodoo, then check it out. I'll try it next. I'm gonna see how if I can have baby hair and a bald head. How that work out?
Oh
How would
my
that work?
goodness. That's
I don't
oh
know. It's it like I said. It's to me when I see some of it, I do think some of it is cute. I have seen some, just like everything. Some people
yeah.
take things to the extreme. So I've seen some that left me a little confused.
Yeah.
But really, it's almost like a art of delicate precision. It
Right.
really is. Some of these girls are really taking their time and they laying that thing out. And like I said, they've got the different designs. But I got to go back to what Miss Gloria said also. If you've got to do all that, that means you actually don't have any baby hair because baby hair was not that. Y'all know what we used to call baby hair. It was not that, and you did not have to purposely bring it forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
there. Your hair just kind of laid there, the little fine. It might curl up a little bit at your on your sideburns or whatever the case may be. But what we're looking at, it really is not baby hair. It
Yeah.
really isn't. It's not baby hair. It's cute. It's cute, but that's not baby hair. And I see people doing it to babies.
Yeah.
I have. I've seen people doing it to babies. I was like, "Oh Lord, please let this baby hair don't ruin all this baby edges already. You pulling it all to their forehead. Let's let them have it a little bit."
Oh
But
goodness.
that's where it is.
And I'm looking at okay, Voodoo Child says this seems like a new take on a look that was out in the 80s. And then he says when y'all used to gel down those side hairs.
Right. But it wasn't that's true, but it wasn't as forward as it is now. I mean, it comes out a lot more now, I think.
Yeah. And Genesis says exactly that's not baby hair. It's just like the dye on the men. And I'm a barber stylist. Let it go.
Oh Lord. She done took us into a whole girl. Listen.
Oh my goodness.
How you done brought
Mm-mm.
up the men die? We gonna talk about I think that's a topic we can talk about a little bit too.
Oh
Now,
my goodness. The men
some of
die.
it can be okay. Some of it, but I want to say this. It is so unnatural when I see men with
Mm.
this dark, dark black hair and hairline, and they are really of a particular age. Brother,
Yeah.
number one, you too old for that. The hair is just naturally not that dark anyway. So I'm wondering if can we get a lighter color? Can it really blend, or can you go to someone and find
Mm.
someone who can blend it well? Because I know people who blend it well. I know, and I'm walking proof of that because I
Yeah.
get some of that. Sometimes
Yeah.
anytime anybody sees me with a fade or a low haircut, and it's not like if I'm not bald, if I've got hair on my head, I've got some assistance from my barber, okay? And he has it looking so good. And I'm not thinking that it looks good because people will ask me, who's my barber? And I'm like, my barber is a miracle worker. I can really walk into the barbershop bald and walk out with hair. But he's good. But people who are getting these really dark things that's not blending with your hair, that has such an unnatural look, that's a little crazy to me. And if y'all see me with something like that, go ahead and let a sister know. But I know you haven't.
Voodoo Child says that men hair dye's out of control too. Oh my goodness. Looking like a fake tattoo on their head. Oh my goodness,
Oh,
Lord have mercy.
wow.
Jeez.
Listen, and what I hate too
Mm,
is sometimes the guys with the really, really low haircut and they have the
mm,
dark dye. I think people call it the Beijing.
mm.
It look. I saw a guy. No, let me say this. I don't know how we got here. Who did
Genesis.
this? Who did this?
Genesis.
Then she said, "Talk about
When do
when
you
do you
wash?
wash?" Well, maybe they have to put on a shower cap.
Oh my goodness, Lord
But
have
hold on,
mercy.
let me tell you this one. I
Okay.
saw a guy who had like a really low haircut and he had dye in his hair. It looked like he had shoe polish on his head. I was like, brother,
Oh.
it would have been better for you to just go ahead and take the ball because you looking ridiculous out here.
Oh my
He looked
goodness.
like, I don't know if it looked like Sharpie or shoe polish or what, but it was
Oh
very
man.
unnatural. It
Oh
really
my
looked
goodness.
sprayed on.
Oh
Serious.
my goodness.
I
Oh.
hated it. I hated it. And the thing is, it was somebody I knew.
Oh goodness. Genesis says it's awful. So let me ask y'all a question. So does it appear, or is it just me? But does it appear sometimes that some of the beards are drawn on as well? Or
They
is
are.
I'm like, wait a minute. That beard
Yeah,
don't look
fake
natural.
beards. There's fake everything now. And
Oh
women need to know
my,
that too because for the
oh
longest time,
goodness.
they feel a certain way about wearing their wigs or about wearing a weave. And guys talking about they don't want a woman with a weave. And these men been walking around here with hair units. Now, I'm going to go
Yeah.
ahead and call it a hair unit so it can sound masculine.
Yeah.
But you know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what it is. You got you a quick weave and it looked good. But men out here fooling you too, and they last long. I mean, like I said, look at the picture of me right now. Let me put this thing full screen. Let me put this thing full screen so y'all can see. Look at this picture. Nice little fade, but it ain't too
Mm,
much. But all of that
no.
is not my hair. You understand
Lord.
me? So I know that it can be done well, but some of y'all, ooh, you need help. You need. If Jesus was a barber,
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to tell
Wow.
you. And see for me, I know that it's easier for me as a woman to do something like that because as
Yeah.
women, like for instance, if we want to wear wigs, if you want to get extensions or anything,
Yeah.
that is like readily acceptable.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't feel a particular way about, whenever I get my little fill-ins and stuff like that. It
Yeah.
doesn't bother me, there's no shame in that game. So like I said, like I can be bald tomorrow or I could be bald right now, whatever time it is. And if I go to the barbershop by 2 o'clock, I can have a whole fade and it looks nice.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
that's something that women do. But men, for whatever reason, they want these. I mean, it's a service. They had been getting it, which I didn't know, by the way. I didn't know that that was a thing. I only
Mhm.
found out because I went to the bar, like after I shaved my head bald, and then I went to the barber to get a cut. I was trying to get like just like a low buzz,
Mhm.
and lined up really nice. And he told me, he's like, Miss Tanya, he said, I want to try something on your hair if you don't mind. He said, because, the damages that I do see to your hair, he said, it's not even that severe. He said, I'll do something and you're not even going to believe it. And so I was like, go ahead, man. I said, I have nothing to lose. In my mind, I'm thinking I have nothing to lose because if I don't like it, I just, I'm already bald. I like the bald look. So if
Yeah.
I don't like it, I'll just shave it off. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So I let him do it. Girl, when Jay Chappelle handed me that mirror, I was like, what kind of voodoo magic? What you I was like, man, what did you just do? I did not
Wow.
know that men were getting, I'm gonna call it, I was about to say hair weaves. I didn't know men were getting hair units. I did not know there were quick weaves for men. I didn't. But it's nice.
Yeah.
And so I want y'all to know, just
Mhm.
the way mine look nice. There's a lot of brothers out here that y'all don't
Mhm.
know These brothers got a unit on. But you know what?
Hmm.
It's okay.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is okay. It's the ones who out here looking like they got, painted on, paint by hair follicles that look ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm gonna shout my brother Darian out. He at Truth Barbershop, he does it, and when he does it, it looks supernatural. He's good at what he does. Because when he does the before and after, I'm like, is that the same person? He
I'm
does a
telling
phenomenal
you,
job. He does a
this
phenomenal
is
job.
amazing. They doing some sorcery. I don't I don't know what they doing.
It looks amazing. And some of the men that have that, it takes years off of them.
It
Miss Gloria
does.
Miss Gloria says the men with braids halfway their heads, halfway to the back of their heads, let it go.
Oh, that too. That too. That too. That too.
Oh. Voodoo Child says they're drawn on. Don't kiss them. You'll have a beard.
Wow, he's talking about when you were asking about if the
Yeah.
beards had it in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't see that part. I don't get the beard thing. Why you would have a painted on beard? Like
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
get it. I don't get it.
And Genesis says, yes, that's what I mean. Fake beard drawn on, feeling involved at edges with Beijing hair dye, but talking about women not having edges. Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. There's double standards when it comes to these type of topics. But
Yes.
I don't think that I would have a problem. Like I said, I didn't know that men were getting that. I didn't know that was a
Mhm.
thing. But I
Yeah.
also don't have a problem with it either. I have a problem with the stuff that looks ridiculous. Like you look like somebody had a Sharpie on your head. Stop that.
And Voodoo Child says, as soon as my money is right, I'm getting a head full of dreads. And you know what? It's crazy that
You
he said
can.
that because I have a homeboy, he had dreads for a long time. And he actually cut his dreads off. And when he cut his dreads off, he was like, man, I miss my dreads. And he saved his dreads, and his barber was able to put his dreads back in his head and in his head, and it looked natural. Look, I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I thought you had the fade. He was like, man, I miss my dreads, and they were
Hmm.
able to connect. I don't know how they do it, but it looks like he grew his dreads back, but they were actually his old dreads that they put back in his head,
Yeah.
and
But
it looked really good.
it's the same way that women, how you get hair extensions. You know, you get human hair. And I saved my dreads as well. So if one day y'all see me with a style and I got dreads on, mind your business.
Look at Voodoo. Sometimes you don't know. I bought her dreads. They're in my freezer.
Well, you can go ahead and unthaw them. Unthaw them. But serious, I mean, I really considered like getting a style with a like I don't ever really want hair again, to be honest.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I did consider getting like a little style where I had like a little dread type of fade type of look. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
considered it.
Okay. So, like, you know how in Genesis says, sow them or feed them in the new growth. Oh, okay. So that's how, but because it looks so
Yeah.
natural, it
Yeah.
looked really good.
Mhm.
And what I was gonna say when you were saying about if you do a look, you know how they have the looks nowadays where you have the side shave and you have like the
Mhm.
top of the I think that look is so cool because I think it's
Yeah.
Tashina, is it Tashina Arnold that had that look, and even Gina, well, what's her real name? She played Gina on Martin. She
Tisha
had a
Campbell.
look where, yeah, Tisha Campbell, where she had the sides shave and the
Mhm.
dreads at the top. I think that's so cute, but I'm not brave
Yeah.
enough. I'm not.
That's
I want to
but
do
see,
it.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
Like
want to
if I
try that.
if I decide to rock that style, I
Yeah,
make sure I make appointment with my main man. Excuse me,
yeah,
and
I,
I just go ahead and take some of my dreads on, and I'm like, okay, brother, let's work this thing out. So one
yeah.
day y'all see me, and I'll make sure I do a live. I'll make sure y'all see me walk in the barbershop with my bald head and walk out just cool.
Man, it is such a good look when it's done right. It looks
Hmm.
really good. Cause I
It
was
looks
like, if
good.
you,
I mean, it looks good, and because it's like such an art. It really
Yeah.
is. It's such an art. So I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Now
I want to
I
try
don't
it.
know how we got all the way here because we was talking. I don't know how we got here.
Listen, you got to give the people what they want.
Just the people
Off the
conversation.
comment. Yeah. It
Okay.
was good though. I
It's
want to
it's
try
Talk It Out
dreads
Tuesday
though.
with Tori and Tanya, but I tell you, it's really Talk It Out Tuesday with all y'all.
Right. I want to try some dreads though, but I'm nervous that I won't. I'm nervous that I look crazy, but I definitely want to try some dreads.
Well, the thing about
So,
it is, if you want to try it, it's easy. Just get it like the same way you would get extensions.
oh
Try
yeah.
like how instead of like getting braids, get the faux locks. I know lots
Yeah.
of people who have the faux locks. I mean, that don't look cool. And then think about it. If you get
Mm.
like how when you get braids and after a while your braids kind of look stale and you need to go get them done again. Well, hell, if you get the
Mhm.
fake locks, it can look stale and it's gonna look better.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, look at Voodoo and Miss Gloria. We
Uh oh.
listen. Let's get on those lashes though.
All right, we get all right. Let me take y'all to the lashes. Booyah. Mm-hmm. Now I put up something that's kind of modest right
Ooh.
here because
Mm.
for many years, women are putting
Yeah.
on lashes. Like we have our lady here on the left.
Mhm.
Modest little, nice little, cute lash, just to highlight her eyes. I mean, that's
Yeah.
cool. I've gotten lashes. I worked in fashion, and so that's commonplace. You get lashes. But what girlfriend got going over here on the other side? Like, why your lashes need to be that big?
Oh my goodness. And that's actually thin. I've seen some much thicker than that where you can barely open your eye.
Well, let me tell you something.
Oh goodness.
I've seen some of those, but I also didn't want to put any of those up on screen because like I didn't want to be up here laughing at the people
Oh
who
goodness.
had those.
Yeah.
Some people I've seen they look like they got caterpillars on their eyes.
Right. I'm like, what?
How can
Oh
you
my
walk
goodness.
around with all that heaviness?
Look at Genesis. Look like hands on their eyes cocked like two pistols.
And guess what? I can almost hear her voice. I can almost hear her saying that.
Right.
I
Oh
don't
my
know.
goodness.
Why the extreme? Why the extreme?
Really, Voodoo? He said, I'm not gonna lie, I find lashes sexy, but something else is going on today.
That's okay. That's what I was saying. Like when we were talking
Oh
about our
goodness.
girl here. Let's go back. Let's go back to this picture.
Yeah.
You see our
Mhm.
girl here on the left.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Mhm.
It just highlights her eyes. And
Right.
although the one on the right is not as ridiculous as some we have seen,
Mhm.
because it's
Mhm.
presented in a high fashion way. But
Right.
do your eyelashes do you need that much accentuation? Do you need that?
No. No.
What are you
Mm-mm.
doing?
Yeah. And some wear them so much. Like I have a friend that wears them and she didn't have one. I said, wait a minute, something off about you today. Girl, I ain't got my lashes on. I was like, oh,
Wow.
look weird. I used to seeing her with them now. So now when she don't have them on, she look weird. Genesis says got to hold their head up to see you. Right. Whew, y'all a trip, boy. Y'all a trip. And Voodoo says glue showing, half hanging off. Lashes shouldn't touch your lips every time you blink.
What's wrong with you?
Oh my goodness,
But that's
not touch your
true.
lip. Oh
I mean,
my
it looked like a
goodness.
whole hand just coming out of your eye socket.
Oh goodness.
I don't
Wow.
know. I don't know how that became popular. I have no idea. I do understand why women want to have a longer lash. That's why mascara became popular, of course, because, it just kind of accentuate the eye a little bit more. And it was,
Yeah.
because luscious lashes are really a symbol of femininity, you know? And
Yeah.
so when Voodoo said that he found it sexy, well, we very much know what he's talking about because that is the whole idea. That's why Maybelline is selling a whole lot of mascara because it does add to a little bit of the femininity. It does. Which is
Right.
outrageous because if you really think about it, men always seem to have like really great eyelashes. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
They really do. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It almost seems like now it's not about, accentuating the eyelash. It's more like they got lash extensions, you know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. And some of these lashes out here, they're like magnetic, which I still don't have an understanding of that. How you have magnetic lashes on. I can't, a sister used a little bit of Maybelline, but all of the other stuff,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Mm. Lord. Miss Gloria says, I asked one young lady, why are your eyes red? She said, these lashes are doing this to my eyes. I'm concerned about those long lashes are damaging your eyes. Wow. Ooh.
Whoa, whoa,
When it
whoa.
gets to that
That
point,
is
it's trying to
true.
take them off. Voodoo child so crazy to me. I don't even shake their hands no more. I just dap their lashes.
Oh my gosh.
Voodoo, you crazy.
Oh my goodness. But I got to tell you, the way some of them
Oh goodness.
are out there, it is
Yeah.
a bit much. But I like to allow people to have their style, do your
Yeah.
thing, express yourself,
Mhm.
celebrate your individuality,
Mhm.
because whose beauty standards are we trying to live up to? Now,
Right.
I don't know. So I feel like whether it's a hair bonnet, whether it's a do rag, however you decide to do that, and if you decide to do that, I feel like you have to have you got to feel a certain way about yourself. I do feel like that you would know and notice the difference of someone who had on a bonnet or who has on a do rag out of laziness and one versus style. Because some of the comments that we're going through earlier was about, okay, well, what do you have on with it? If you got the pajamas on with it, well, you really are putting some laziness out there, you know?
Right.
The eyelashes, I don't know. I just don't know if it's worth that risk. I do feel like with them, some of them being so incredibly long, like any type of debris or type of germs, I think that way. I'm like, what could get in them and how could that damage your eyes? Just like Miss Gloria said, the young lady whose eyes were red and she knew that the lashes were doing that. I
Mhm.
don't know. I just feel like you got to know like when too much is too much. I think that's what it is.
Right. I
I
don't
don't
have
know,
a
Tori. We've
desire
been
to
here.
try lashes.
Say that again.
I don't have the desire to try lashes. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Well,
My lashes already thick enough. I don't need no more. I don't need no extensions.
I certainly don't feel like they have to be that long. But whoever
Yeah.
decided to make them that long and
Yeah.
that's a thing, it makes
Some
me
are
wonder.
long and like you said, long and thick like caterpillars. Yeah.
Some
That's
of them
just
are furry. Like
yeah. I'm like,
I
what?
really saw someone who really had like furry looking eyelashes. I didn't understand it, and I didn't want to stare, but it was interesting. You know. But like I say, I got to let people live their whole life. I really do.
Yes. Yes. Amina says, "Hey y'all, hey. I don't mind a nice natural lash, but these exaggerated lashes look very RuPaul drag racist. Young woman claiming men are sis or DL, but they're dressing like drag queens and women of the night." Ooh,
She said a lot there.
yes,
She really did,
sir.
and I agree. I mean, I like a nice natural looking lash myself. I'm not
Yeah.
opposed to eyelashes. Not opposed to
Mm-hmm.
eyelashes or mascara. It is the exaggerated ones that are not my preference. Not my preference. I ain't
Right.
gonna be mad at you if that's what you want, but
Yeah.
I find it a little crazy. If I had that on, somebody y'all let me know. Be like, that ain't it, Miss Tanya. That ain't it. I
You
don't
know Imma
mind you
tell you.
telling me. I don't.
You know Imma tell you, "Hey, Bo."
You
When
understand
you
me? Ask me what I was drinking. Something.
oh, goodness, like, what you got going on?
How I'm feeling.
And what's that last comment Voodoo says? Voodoo says, "You can't have on a bonnet, show baby hair, and have on lashes with pajamas in the mall, getting 5 foot long nails put on."
Oh my gosh, voodoo. And you know that can happen, right? And he
Yes.
said that because we've seen that.
Yes.
He said that
Yes.
because we've seen that.
Oh my goodness. Amina says, "Ghetto fabulous."
Oh wow.
Wow. Oh
It's
my goodness.
outrageous. It's outrageous. I mean, fashion is fashion. I want everybody to enjoy their
Mhm.
fashions. Like I said, feel yourself, express yourself, be
Yeah.
individual. Some things do look like they're going a little too far. Maybe it is.
Yeah.
Maybe it isn't.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm out of touch. Maybe I'm out of time. But it seemed like a lot of people who have been tuning in right now, who's been in this conversation, they feel a particular way. Y'all see
Mhm.
what the people say. All right.
Mhm.
Tori, we done talked about these things for over an hour now.
I know, right? But the people we have to give the people what they want. Oh my goodness. Hey Cynthia. She says, "Hello, ladies. Hey Cynthia, how are you? Hope you're doing well."
How you
And
doing, lady?
Voodoo Child says straight women are dressing like overcompensating gay men. Ooh. Wow.
Wow. Now I don't know
Wow.
how to I don't even know how to dissect that one, but moving right
Ooh.
along.
And Lamina says that look is not for me. But get somebody else to do it. Ratchet culture is becoming mainstream. It is. And Miss Gloria says, "Now, Miss Tanya, I'm with you because if I'm not looking right, tell me I don't have a problem with it. My mom always told me if something didn't become me, she would tell me and I accepted it." Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And Amina says they absolutely are. I'm tired of whore culture. Ooh,
Woo. Okay
okay.
now.
All
Okay.
right. And Cynthia says, "I am, and I see you ladies are doing fabulous. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you
Yes,
for
we are.
tuning in."
Thank you for tuning in at the end of the show, Cynthia. So make sure you go back and watch the replay. Make sure you do that. And if you don't mind, you can go ahead and watch that on YouTube. Make a little comment
Yeah.
on there. All of y'all, matter of fact, everybody who be on Facebook here, what we need y'all to do is, yeah, you in the chat and you're making the comments, but it matters to us if you go over to YouTube and hit that like button. It really does, because that's what sends the show out into the algorithm, and we want to increase this into the algorithm. So we got our Facebook love, and we got a whole lot of love for y'all. But take that little extra moment. Go over to Miss Tanya TV. Go over to Miss Tori. Keep the faith with Tori, and hit that like button on there. If you want to leave a comment, leave a comment. But if nothing else, hit that like. Hit it up for us.
Right. We appreciate it. Hey, K Jeanette. Hey, sisters. I'll catch the replay. That's what's
Thank
up.
you very much. Because the replay goes up very, very quickly. As soon as we're off the live, that's just how they got this whole thing worked out, and it will
Mhm.
immediately be available for you to watch. But I see Kay Jeanette, she's at work, girl.
Yeah.
Have you a
Cynthia's
good
at
work
work
day.
too. Yeah. Cynthia's at work too. She said, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm at work." She's at work too.
We know y'all at work, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. That's why it's called the Noontime My Time podcast, because we know folks is at work, and you might be able to put your head pods in if you take that. People typically have lunchtime around the same type of time. Sometimes, not all the time. But you
Yeah.
might be able to steal a moment, put your headphones on, your earbuds, AirPods, whatever you call them, and take a listen to some of these crazy things that Tori want to talk about, because it's never me. It's never me.
Y'all believe that if y'all want to. Oh my goodness, Voodoo Child said, "I'm not liking anything until I see you with those lashes on."
Well, let me get. You know what? If you want to see, let me put my picture full frame so you can see me with my lashes. Pow. There they go. All dark and lovely. Now, they might not be as long as some of the girls that you like, but
Oh
you know,
goodness.
they natural style. They natural style, but they ain't mine, just like the hair ain't either. Well, not all of it, if you
Yeah.
dig what I'm saying.
Yeah. And Cynthia's laughing. That's what's up. We appreciate you guys coming in. And Cynthia says that's exactly what I'm doing. I got my earplugs in as we speak. That's what's up. We appreciate you so much.
Yeah. Cause it's a whole lot of fun. I mean, like we say, it's Talk It Out Tuesday with Miss Tori. I'm here. I'm Miss Tanya. But to be honest, Tori, we could have called this the People's Podcast. To be honest.
Right. Jan says, I recently overheard two men conversing about a woman with crazy lashes. She was improperly dressed with too much makeup on. One of them, who was a recruiter, and he said he wouldn't hire her to clean his house. He searches social media to see what they look like before he schedules an interview. Wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow.
And I
I
tell
mean,
people all the time, people think I'm be joking, but I tell people all the time, be mindful of what you share, what you post on social media, because you could be blocking a job because they're paying attention to your social media. Because I actually had someone ask me, what are your platforms? And they actually went to look at my platform to see, you know what I mean? They pay
right.
attention. Employers are paying attention to that stuff, but people don't take it seriously. And you see how
They
some of the
don't.
kids lost their scholarships because they posted some stuff that. But that's a whole nother topic. Voodoo Child says, those ain't long enough. I can see your cheekbone. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Cynthia says, love you ladies, love you back.
Oh yeah.
And Voodoo Child says they may not hire them, but they will sleep with them.
Boom. I'm glad a man said it. Let me
Yeah.
read. Let me read that again for people who didn't hear it and who not reading. Voodoo said they will not hire them, but they will sleep with them, and that is in response to a comment where, you know,
Jan comment.
Jan made a comment and she discussed that. Let me bring Jan comment up. She said, I recently overheard two men conversing about a woman with crazy lashes. She was improperly dressed with too much makeup on. One of them, who was a recruiter, and he said he wouldn't hire her to clean his house. He searches social media to see what they look like before he schedules an interview. And in response to that, we have Voodoo who says they wouldn't hire them, but they will sleep with them. And I got to agree. It happens all the time. Women are not doing this necessarily for themselves. There's somebody out here who is not really caring about that. But that whole conversation sounds like an interesting conversation. I do know that we must be mindful of things that we post, but it's also, look at that conversation that these two men are having. And he
Hmm.
said he wouldn't even hire her to clean his house. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow.
Mm.
Interesting conversation they were having, to say the least. Doesn't sound too good, doesn't sound too good at all. And that's why I say, you know, I'm gonna let people celebrate themselves. I'm
Yeah.
an artist. I really am. I'm gonna allow people to celebrate their individuality. Celebrate your self-expression. Do whatever you feel like you can do in this whole landscape of beauty and beauty standards and fashion and trends. There's just some things that are not for me that I'm not going to do. I'm not really going to harshly criticize anyone for it. I hope
Right.
people are out here being good people more than anything else. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. That's the main thing. Your
That
character,
is.
integrity. But
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, I
But this
think we
has been
talked it out, Tori.
awesome. We did.
I think we talked it out.
We did. So I look forward to next Tuesday. You guys make sure you tune in tomorrow and the rest of the week. Noontime My Time podcast with Miss Tanya. And make sure you go to her YouTube channel, subscribe, make sure you like, because it plays a very important role in regards to the algorithm. So make sure you like and comment so it shows up in the feed.
Oh,
But
yeah.
until next Tuesday, I'm out, y'all. Peace out. Love y'all. I'm out. Peace.
All right, lady. Good, good, good. All right, y'all. Y'all know what it is. We talked about it. You wanted to talk about it. We talked about it. You responded to it. You were right there in the conversation. We got to let people be who they want to be. I've said it so many times within this conversation. I have. And that's what Talk It Out Tuesday is about. That's what Noontime, My Time podcast is about. I mean, Tori and I, we get in here and we're itching to have these discussions sometimes. And I know you're wondering, like, what makes them choose the topics that they talk about? It could be anything. It could be anything that's happening. And a lot of times I get a lot of messages and I get people in the DM who want to talk about certain topics. Some of them I get to and some of them I will get to. Actually, I will get to some of those things. But I do want you to know that even though we're talking about all of these things and we explore these different topics, there's no judgment here. We're open-minded. We're having open-minded conversations. And we want you to know that you can be a part of that conversation. We enjoy that. So we're here for thought-provoking issues that touch the hearts. And then we're also for the lighter conversations, more frivolous subjects, stuff that is just going to make you smile. I feel like we kind of cover some of all of it. So whether we're talking about relationships, personal growth, society challenges, culture, beauty standards, current events, whatever it is, there's a lot to discuss and conversations matter. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. And until another time that I get to talk with Tori again on the Noontime My Time, Talk It Out Tuesday, y'all just stay ready. I'll be here tomorrow. All right? Here's what we're going to do. We got to breathe it out. We breathe in when we come into these conversations and we breathe it right on out. I want you to feel good. I want you to be good. It's still about promoting better health, promoting growth, promoting wellness. All right? Let's do some breath work. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. Hold that a few seconds. Inhale again. Hold a few seconds. Exhale. And hold that a few seconds. Inhale one more time. Hold a few seconds. And exhale. Yeah. And don't you feel great? I feel great. I appreciate you guys. And if nobody gave you a smile today, if nobody smiled today, you just close your eyes and give yourself a big smile and see how that feels for you. All right? Y'all be great out here. That's what we do. One love, y'all.